Imagine waking up one day to a world where every season is unpredictable, where food and water scarcity is the norm. Sounds like a dystopian novel, right? But what if this could be our reality due to climate change? The climate, unlike the weather, isn't about what happens day to day. It's the long-term pattern of weather in a specific area. And when that changes, it's not just about needing an umbrella or a coat, it's about survival. So, what causes this drastic change in our climate? Let's dive in. Climate change isn't merely a natural phenomenon. It's a result of human activities that increase the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Let's break down these culprits, shall we? First, we have burning fossil fuels. This process releases carbon dioxide, a potent greenhouse gas. Whenever we drive our cars, power our homes, or even fly in an airplane, we're contributing to the issue. Then there's deforestation. Trees absorb carbon dioxide, so when forests are cut down, not only do we lose these natural carbon sinks, but the carbon stored in the trees is released back into the atmosphere. Lastly, we can't overlook industrial processes. Manufacturing, mining, and the chemical industry all emit vast amounts of greenhouse gases. These activities all contribute to the greenhouse effect, where gases in the atmosphere trap heat, leading to a rise in global temperatures. Now that we understand the causes, how can we predict what's coming? Forecasting climate change is a complex science. It involves understanding past climate patterns and using mathematical models to predict future changes. But what exactly are these climate models and how do they work? In simple terms, climate models are virtual laboratories. They are computer programs that simulate the interactions of the atmosphere, oceans, land surface, and ice. Scientists input data about past weather conditions into these programs, and the models produce predictions about future climate scenarios. These predictions can range from temperature increases to changes in rainfall patterns, and they help us understand what our world might look like in the future. They are crucial tools for planners, policymakers, and researchers who use these forecasts to design strategies for mitigating the impacts of climate change. However, these models are not crystal balls. They rely on accurate data and sophisticated algorithms, and even then, there's always a degree of uncertainty. Predicting the future isn't easy, but it's essential in our fight against climate change. Climate change isn't just about hotter summers or colder winters. It has far-reaching implications that can affect every aspect of our lives. Let's dive a little deeper into this. Imagine a world with more frequent and intense weather events, not just heat waves, but also hurricanes, floods, and droughts. These aren't just inconvenient, they can be devastating, causing loss of life and property, and they're likely to become more common as our climate changes. Then there's the rising sea levels. As our polar ice caps melt, our oceans are steadily creeping upwards. Coastal cities around the world are at risk, and some low-lying islands could even disappear entirely. Biodiversity, the variety of life on our planet, is also under threat. Changes in temperature and precipitation patterns can disrupt ecosystems, pushing many species to extinction. This loss of biodiversity isn't just about losing beautiful animals and plants. It can also disrupt essential services that nature provides, like pollination and pest control. And let's not forget the impact on human health and the economy. Higher temperatures can lead to heat stress and increase the spread of certain diseases. Extreme weather events can disrupt agriculture, leading to food shortages and economic instability. Climate change is a global problem requiring global solutions. Each one of us has a role to play. Climate change is a pressing issue that we cannot afford to ignore. And that's why we've spent the last few minutes diving deep into this subject. Let's quickly recap what we've learned. We started off by explaining the concept of climate change, a long-term alteration in global weather patterns, particularly a rise in global temperatures. We then moved on to its main instigators. Human activities, especially the release of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane, are major culprits. Next, we delved into the science behind predicting climate change. It's a complex process that involves analyzing past climate data and creating mathematical models to forecast future trends. And it's these forecasts that paint a stark picture of the potential impacts of climate change, from rising sea levels to more intense heat waves and storms. But here's the silver lining. Understanding climate change and its forecasting is the first step towards taking action. Remember, the future is in our hands.